This video may ruffle a lot of feathers, but I do not care. I want to keep it real with you because that's what we do here on Think Different Daily. But I am here to tell you, you may not want to hear this, but there are a lot of people on TikTok that are just completely lying to you. If someone is telling you that you are guaranteed to make six figures on TikTok, you better run as fast as you can and as far away as you can from that person. Now, if you are new here, welcome to Think Different Daily. My name is Jennifer, and I'm a marketing coach, and I help people make money online. And on this channel, we talk about the things that most people don't when it comes to making money online. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you already know what to do. We welcome you here. We are one big happy family. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, hit the like button on this video, and even drop a comment and say, hey, and introduce yourself so we know if you are new. Now, let's get into this whole TikTok thing. I mentioned before that I'm a marketing coach and I help people make money online. But before I started helping other people, I had to figure it out for myself. For many years, my husband and I wanted to figure out how to make money online. We wanted to get a piece of this digital pie that we saw so many other people eating from. And for several years, we had to get over this mindset that it was a scam, that, there was no way we could possibly make money, just like we're seeing online. We just had to totally change how we thought about it. And it took us a while to get there, but we finally got there. And it was just about a year ago when life hit really hard for us. My husband, he was in a terrible car accident, and you guys, it completely turned our lives around, and we had to just start all over, to be completely honest. During that time, I was his full time caretaker. He was unable to work, and we had a lot of time on our hands. So we used that time to do as much research as we possibly could so we could figure out how to make money online. One thing that stood out to us as we were doing research is that a lot of people were talking about their so called viral strategies. And that brings me to my first point. There are a lot of people on TikTok promising viral strategies. And I can tell you this because I spent a lot of time scrolling, a lot of time researching, and I tried many of these so called strategies. They did not work. I'm not saying that everybody on TikTok is a whole scam. There are a lot of people on TikTok that are not being 100% honest. And so it's up to you to use discernment so that you know who is really telling the truth and who's out here just trying to make a dollar. Now, we're all on TikTok and we're on TikTok Shop to make money. There's no doubt about that. But one thing that my husband and I learned is that once we figured this thing out, we were going to tell everybody that we know how to do it and to do it the right way so that you can start seeing extra money in your bank account at the end of each month. And by the way, we figured it out and it was not easy. And oh, by the way, it's a simple three-step strategy. And I'm here to tell you that I was my own guinea pig first. And once I saw results, meaning I was actually making commissions to the point where now I get sales notifications on my phone almost every single day. I literally wake up, check my phone, and I have a notification of new commissions. And so it's exactly what we wanted to achieve. We were so tired of being stuck in this cycle of starting but not really following through. We weren't being consistent, we weren't being disciplined. And in all of that, we didn't even have a strategy. We couldn't find the right strategy for us that helped us get started in this space. My first point, if you didn't catch it, is don't chase after viral strategies. What you should be looking for are people who are producing results. What I looked for that really worked was, instead of chasing after a viral strategy, I looked for a simple strategy, one that was going to get me from point A to point B to point C and actually produce results. So I have linked in the description box a free training. It only is going to require just some of your time, which I know your time is valuable. So I have committed to packing that free training with a bunch of value so that you can get the most out of it. So check it out. It's in the description box below, and it explains how we went from zero sales, no commissions, to waking up almost every day to sales notifications on our phones. And we just used a simple 3 step strategy. It's the very thing I was looking for in all the hours I spent scrolling and researching on TikTok. And I didn't find it for me, I created it for me, and it's worked for me, but not only for me, ladies and gentlemen, it has also worked for my clients as well. And they too can testify to having sales roll in, making extra money, building even their confidence, and learning some new skills that are totally evergreen and can be used in other spaces as well. The second thing I noticed that people talked about on TikTok as I was doing my research is that you have to have a bunch of fancy equipment. These TikTok shop gurus, what they're not telling you is most of them are just using their cell phones. Let's just keep it real. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need a fancy ring light. You don't need a tripod. If you don't have the money to spend on those items, you can still get into the TikTok shop game, start posting videos. All you need is this. And I know you have this. And on this, you have Wi Fi because if you didn't, you wouldn't even be watching this video right now, right? So that's all you need. Don't let anybody convince you that you need to spend a bunch of money on equipment, that you need to have a fancy background and you need to have all this fancy lighting. No, 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 and no. That is not necessary. If you have the money and you want to spend it on those things, great, go for it. But it is not required. In fact, I would challenge you to just start right from your phone because you know what? That's exactly what we did. We didn't have a bunch of fancy equipment at first. We were literally propping our phones up, like using ketchup bottles from the kitchen and, anything that we could get our hands on, honestly, that would nicely prop up the phone so that we could record a video. And let me tell you something, there are 1.6 billion users on TikTok across the whole wide world. And I can promise you that they do not care about your lighting, your camera, your tripod. Nobody cares about that. They just want to see an authentic, genuine video. What they're really looking for is someone they can relate to because one thing about TikTok is a search engine. So people are going there just like people go and say, check Google, let's go ask Google. People are doing the same thing on TikTok. So it is a high traffic platform. It's a high traffic app, and people are going there to look for solutions to their problems. If you are perhaps looking for a new vacuum, guess what? People aren't just going to go to Google. They're going to TikTok. They want to hear from someone who has a vacuum and maybe they bought that vacuum from TikTok. And so they're going to give you a real, authentic, honest review of that vacuum.